Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our time of meditation. It is Sunday, May 31st, 2020. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the senior minister at Unity of Tucson, and it is such a joy to have you join me this morning. My intention this morning is to allow ourselves to take a journey through affirmative prayer that's a little bit extended, and it will move through several of the guideposts for spiritual living that I hold firm in my own heart, and I trust that you will join me in allowing them to be firmly rooted in your heart as well. And so, what I would love for you to do is to simply allow yourself to create a sacred space. I like to call on each of us to create a sacred space first and foremost, with the understanding, really, that sacred space is a product of decision, a product of the mind. That when we decide the space we inhabit is sacred, it is sacred. Some of us like to allow that sacred space to be reflected in the environment by lighting a candle, dimming the lights, being purposeful in our expression of the space. As you prepare your sacred space, allow yourself to begin to turn your focus perhaps inward in your mind. Gently allow yourself to begin to put a focus on your breath, not forcing the breath, simply becoming aware. Gently acknowledge each inhale and exhale as it happens naturally. It is possible that through today's experience there may be what we perceive as distractions around us. Those things outside of us do not require our attention right in this moment, as we have decided that this is the time and the space for us. Focusing back on the breath, gently, allowing each inhale and each exhale to do what it will perfectly, easefully. There's nothing you need to do to make it happen. It simply happens. And so, if at any time you find yourself drifting, you can always focus back on your breath. Allow yourself to do a quick physical check-in to see if there's any place where you may physically be holding on to any tension. Just acknowledge for yourself consciously that this is not required for this time, and allow that tension to simply melt away. Just the decision is enough. The tension simply melts away. It leaves you in a perfect, easeful, and relaxed state. A state of receptivity. As you hear the words of my voice, simply allow yourself to take them in. There's no need to judge. Just simply allow. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is our life right now. I trust this. I know this. I embody this. I allow this truth to be at the core of my understanding. For there can only be one thing, one energy, one infinite creative wholeness. We are each of us the perfection of wholeness embodied and expressed. There is absolutely no separation between anyone and this divine, infinite wholeness. There is only one. There is only God. There is only love. It's all the same thing, and it is infinitely expressing itself as creation. It is infinitely expressing itself as all that exists. I know that I am. I know that we are. I know that all people are aspects of this one wholeness, this one power, this one God, love. We experience its expression of love as our own, and we personalize this love, this power, this one, in this and in every moment. I am rooted in the assured knowledge that there is only this one infinite resource. It is expansive, active, evolutionary, and constantly, consistently unfolding from its own nature as creation. All that exists is rooted in and as this expansive wholeness, this one, being expressed as all things. It is the root of my beingness and the beingness of each and every one of us. We are each of us animated as the divine, living its life as our own, and recognizing our love as the love at the core of divinity. This energy, this resource, it is all there is, and everything that we perceive is part of the infinite wholeness. There is nothing separate from this power, nothing separate from this energy. We are each of us expressions of the infinite. We are none of us drops in the ocean, as Rumi says. We are the entire ocean in a drop. All that God is, we are. This wholeness is a creative energy, and in this moment I recognize and call that energy love. Reveling now in the truth of this word, I allow myself to more deeply understand and feel that nature, the core from which all creation springs forth. There is a perfect, untouched spiritual blueprint from which all creation flows. This is true for me and for all people. I acknowledge that each of us in this moment, right here, right now, is in perfect alignment with this spiritual blueprint, and our perfect health represented in this blueprint is always available to us. It is always available through us. I call forth the expression of my life and the lives of all to be rebuilt and reborn from this spiritual blueprint right here, right now. There is absolutely nothing separate, and so I know and trust in the fulfillment of perfect health that is the result of this conscious awareness. I gratefully acknowledge that this is done here and now, for we are each of us ever rooted in the truth of this divine energy. Knowing and trusting faithfully in this spiritual truth, I am blessed to know that all relationships are aligned perfectly for my good, my love, for our good, our love, and the good and love of all people. I expect and express only kindness from and through myself, and I expect and express kindness for others. As I come to know myself more profoundly, as I deepen into the recognition of the truth of my beingness, I live in the assured knowledge that all relationships in my life and the relationships of all people everywhere are in perfect alignment with the infinite good. Every person, everything, all creation is born from the same infinitely creative core as me, as each and every one of us. I live in the assured knowledge that all of it is beautiful, all of it is loving, all of it is joyful, all of it is magnificent. I accept only this, and in my life, I accept this for all people I encounter. We are kindness and love embodied, and I allow that embodiment to become the expression, being solidly identified in this moment and in every moment as one of this great power. I trust right now that all personal creative expression is the activity of this power through me and through each person. The creative expression through each of us is magnificent, abounding, expanding in its expression. And it is always in alignment with the highest, the best, the most constructive experience of life. This magnificent wholeness, this unity, it is expressed as multiplicity. The nature of God, the nature of Source, The nature of this divine creative energy is to be expressed in myriad ways, and each expression is unique. Everything that exists is unique in its expression. Everything that exists is a unique, magnificent expression of God, as God. The divine expression is infinitely expansive, and the nature of abundance is found in it all. Each person alive is part of this expansive, infinite nature. And so I know and trust that all have access to greater expressions of increase, to greater expressions of abundance, to greater expressions of prosperity. All have access in this and every moment. The infinite prosperity expression of all people is rooted in the infinite nature of God. So I trust in the expression of this consciousness in the here and now. This is who and what each and every person is. The energy of love embodied and expressed as form. We are not one with or one in. We are one of God. We are one of the infinite. We are one of the great good. We are one of the expansive, loving energy that is the universe. All that exists is indivisible, inseparable, completely connected as this loving and creative presence. Everything is in its perfect state of integrity and wholeness at all times. From this point of identification, I claim, I trust, and I know that all people are in a perfect place of well-being. I hold firm to this knowledge as a conscious awareness in my own mind. Each of us is perfectly rooted at all times in the flow of good. For this is the nature of this divine energy, to always be the flow of good, the flow of love, the flow of light, the flow of kindness. There is only this good, and I claim that the experience of good is expressed worldwide. As I deepen into my understanding that all people are individualizations of the One, I trust that we are all in perfect flow at all times. Allowing this word to vibrate with the energy of gratitude, I live in perfect thankfulness for this truth. Gratitude filling my being, I trust in this right here and right now. This perfect flow of creativity is ceaseless, and I live in gratitude for it now and always. I trust in the perfection of this expression in this claim, and I do so with a grateful heart. I revel in gratitude in this moment and in every moment, knowing that my gratitude fulfills the expression and perfection I declare in every moment. There is only love. That love is my love. That love is our love right now. And it is perfect. The word here is complete, and its perfect expression is assured now and always. I trust in the ever-present divine good. I step aside and allow the flow right now. With love in my heart, I live in the faith of its perfect fulfillment. I know that my word is fully formed by faith, and I trust in its fulfillment because the nature of this divine energy is creation. The nature of God is to create perfectly and harmoniously. I live in perfect thankfulness for this truth, and I release this word, knowing that it is activated in the here and the now, perfectly, easefully, and effortlessly. I invite you now to gently allow yourself the luxury of maintaining this conscious space as we find our time complete here. Know that you have access to this conscious awareness always. It is a part of you. It is the truth of your being. And so in your own time, I invite you to gently open your eyes, check in with the breath, allow yourself to become deeply aware of your physicality, and gracefully, easefully, allow yourself to move through this moment and this moment and this moment, knowing that each moment is connected to the next. Know that you have set the tone for your day and your continued experience of magnificence. Namaste.